Welcome to Defense Line. Our topic today is more than 800 flaws in F-35s and major mistakes made in its design. Although the expectations are great in systems that have been developed for more than 20 years, their problems do not end. Although some of these are minor issues, there are also life-threatening errors. This makes us think a lot about the countries that will place orders and those who place orders. The production of aircraft, which have already gone through a troubled process, has been disrupted due to both technical problems and COVID-19. So what are the chronic problems of the F-35? Do countries cancel their orders? Or Turkey's exclusion from the F-35 program, what will it cause? Let's start examining. First of all, I would like to talk about the general characteristics and production purpose of the aircraft so that you can better understand the problems that arise later on. F-35 fifth-generation fighter jets. America's planes, whose troubles did not end, although they made their first flight about 20 years ago in 2006. One of the biggest reasons for this is that it wants to be used in many areas. In other words, it is suitable for multi-purpose use. Roughly, the more electronic plugins, the more problems that may arise. As I mentioned, it is a multi-purpose aircraft that is open to modernization. I mentioned this in the last video. It was designed for an air-to-air attack, but we've also seen Israel use it in air-to-ground bombardment after a short modernization process. In addition, fuel tanks could be easily added to solve distance problems. This doubled the distance hunters could travel. In other words, you can modernize the plane in the direction you want. For example, America has greatly strengthened the hull system for use in aircraft carriers. Thus, they made it capable of being launched from the ship with the pulley system. We also know it's an aeroplane designed for privacy. Although the radar footprint is not very low, it is lower than most aircraft today. You can understand here that they attach importance to privacy and design their weapon systems and ammunition to hide inside the aircraft. The plane has a sharp look and is designed to provide integrity and is covered with ram paint. Ram paint is a paint that does not reflect light and therefore reduces the rate of aircraft catching on the radar. Of course, besides adding great features to planes, it is a very costly paint. The reason I list this information roughly is that you can see its flaws more easily. The aircraft, which has more than 800 defects, has problems from its paint to its privacy and even its engine. Let's start to examine its flaws if you wish. Let's start with the flaw in the outer part of the F-35, which has a very complex structure. Of course, the reason for this defect is different. In a bug last year, the temperature of the engine, which was created while the plane was flying at full speed, caused the ram paint to deform, which prevented the plane from catching the radar. It even created a crack. An unacceptable nuisance for the aircraft, one of the purposes of which is privacy. Experiencing this situation in a possible war may cause you to be detected by radars and to be easily shot. Although it may seem like a minor bug, it is a vital problem that definitely needs to be fixed. One of the other major problems is the data transfer problem in the alley system of the aircraft. In other words, the plane can automatically control the logistics process. If you experience a malfunction in this system, the aircraft cannot move. Because everything that is important from the task plan, spare parts order, work orders, maintenance, repair and even error detection is controlled from here. To summarize briefly, it is an assistant that tells every problem related to the plane, the maintenance times, the life of the parts and when to replace them. This system not working properly can cause many problems. Maintenance that is not done in a timely manner or a mistake that cannot be marked before takeoff can cause major problems and even crash the plane. Of course, it is possible to meet highly technological systems with such events. But it is unacceptable that systems that were produced about 20 years ago still have so many errors. Also, the fact that you will sell these planes to other countries will cause problems. If it comes back to our topic, another mistake is in the electrical systems. It is due to the complex assembly and the presence of redundant systems. Of course, the reason for this is the glitch in the alley system. In other words, this system has to tell you the mistakes made while trying to assemble the plane and the exact data required for the assembly. If you experience problems with this, there may be incorrect assembly and data entry. This means the rough plane landed. Of course, while the ALICE system is so important, it was not left in the first problematic state. New updates have been made and some of its issues have been fixed. But not all. So we can say that the level of distress has been reduced. There will definitely be errors in such costly and important systems due to their complex structure. But these errors have to be small and minimal. Otherwise, the consequences could be dire. Let's come to another important problem of the plane. In the report published by the Marine Corps after the flight, it was that there was a deviation in the flights made at an angle of 20 degrees. In other words, it was difficult to control the plane while flying at an angle of 20 degrees. This resulted in a decrease in maneuverability. Level 1 problem. Because in a dogfight or a possible war situation, you may have to turn at a 20-degree angle or you may have to fire at that angle. I can say that it is one of the main problems of the plane. For this reason, research has been done and it has been revealed that the error is caused by the software. Necessary updates and improvements were made and published to all operators. It was observed that a significant improvement was achieved in this regard with the flights and pilots made comfortable flights. Our other constant problem is having trouble pushing the plane on hot days. This problem only happened once. As I mentioned, it is possible to experience problems in very complex systems, but it must be kept to a minimum. F-35 aircraft are designed to be useful for aircraft and landing ships. When landing on aircraft carriers, it can switch to air stay mode and perform vertical landings. The boredom was also here. A decrease in propulsion was noticed while the aircraft was in hover mode. Even though the pilot was in difficulty, he managed to land safely and the cause of the problem was investigated immediately. This very rare problem caused the engine to overheat due to the hot weather. This reduced the engine's thrust due to the excess heat. This issue was fixed by software update. It has been fixed, but maybe new problems may arise in the future. As such, it made the countries that place orders and orders a lot. But there is also an increase in the number of countries placing orders. So I don't think it affects the number of orders. The United Arab Emirates and Israel have ordered again. We can say that the countries that gave up the order were easily filled. Because F-35s are more advantageous and more reasonable in price than many lower-level aircraft. On the other hand, there are countries that give up orders due to so many problems on the planes. Because you do not want to deal with such problems in possible war situations. Maybe in the future, there may be a decrease in orders. But as I mentioned, there is no such situation at the moment. Another subject of the order is the removal of Turkey, which wants to buy 100 F-35s, from the program. It is known that Turkey even pays the money. On the other hand, Turkey is the part supplier for the F-35. If the production part supply, which has already slowed down due to COVID-19, is also interrupted, it may be delayed for a long time. I think this will be a bargaining issue between the two countries. I said that Turkey even paid for the F-35s. Despite this, they were removed from the program. However, it is stated in the contracts that the producing party cannot make a unilateral exit. Besides, even his money was paid. Turkey, which is in the position of a part supplier, stated that it will carry this situation to the judicial process. It can also stop the parts it will produce if there is no solution. It is a problem for both sides. I think the two countries will agree again, but the process will take too long. As a result, powerful, complex but equally problematic systems. Apart from minor problems, there are also vital troubles. It is not known whether the problems that have not been fixed for 20 years are corrected in this process. Order rates may also cause a decrease. Orders to be given if the problems are not corrected are enigmatic. On the other hand, very powerful systems that every country would want to have. It is also very compatible with modernization. Let's say what this adventure will be like in the future and finish our video. You can support us by liking the video and by subscribing. You can follow new videos more easily. I wish everyone a happy day. See you.